Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Kate and Henry from Hudson Crossing Park again. We have a really cool project and discovery lesson for you guys today. Now, I know a couple weeks ago we talked about a mama robin that we found with a nest that she had laid her eggs in. And you'll never guess what Henry and I found in the donation box at the pavilion at Hudson Crossing Park. I opened it up and look what I found. How cool is this nest? This mama bird used so many different materials to keep her eggs nice and happy and safe and warm. There's some moss and leaves and grass. It almost looks like a fairy house, but it's not. I checked. It's definitely a bird's nest. Isn't that so cool? A mama made her nest right in our donation box. Now, we're at the point in the year where a lot of the mamas have made their nests and their babies have been hatched, and so their nests are left, aren't they, Henry? Yeah, so this is a really cool time to go exploring and see if maybe you can find a nest to check it out, because birds are really, really good builders, and they use all sorts of things that they find all over to help build their nests to make their babies and their eggs comfortable. So I went out with Henry and we found some nests that we wanted to show you. Now check this out. This is a nest that Henry and I found. And if you look very, very closely at it, you can see that it's kind of long and almost shaped like an ice cream cone. And the reason that is because it was built in some vines, and so the mama bird built it to fit the shape of where she was building. And if you look closely, there's where the bird eggs would go. And she's got straw in there, and she used some old leaves and some sticks and all sorts of stuff. So that's super good job. And you can see it all holds together very, very nicely. Right, Henry? Yep. And it holds together perfectly and was a nice, safe home. Now this nest, that we found still has some eggs in it from the baby birds that were hatched. And look at this one. It's a different size. And you can see that it was made with some straw and old grass and even these long strips of plastic that it must have found. And there's some more leaves, and this one is shaped like a little cup. Isn't that neat? Look at all the different things that the bird used to make it. So what Henry and I would like to challenge you to do this week is to try to build a bird's nest all of your own. Now, obviously, if we built a bird's nest big enough for us to sit in, it would have to be pretty big. So we're going to make a small version. And we're going to have to cheat a little bit because, let's be honest, at least I'm not as good of a builder as birds are. Henry, are you? Nah, I'd love to be, but I'm not. So what we're going to use is some Play-Doh. If you have Play-Doh around your house, great. If you have other types of clay, perfect. So the first step is to take that Play-Doh and build the shape of your nest. This is going to be the base of our nest. And you can see I made mine kind of like a little cup. You can make yours like a cup. You can make yours like an ice cream cone shape, like that nest we found. You can do whatever you want because this is your nest and you can make it just as individual as you are. Now, the next step is to go out and gather some supplies, just like the mama birds do. I've gone and I've gotten some dried grass. I got some yarn, because birds actually love to use yarn. And you know what else I even got? I brushed one of my dogs out and I got some of my dog's hair. This makes a really great bed for those eggs. And if you brush your dog or your cat out and you leave the hair out in your yard, I bet you anything that a very, very happy bird will come and collect it and use it for their nest. And you might even find it later. Here we are. Can you tell which nest Henry and I made and which ones are the real ones? That's a real one. That's a real one. And there's the one that Henry and I made. You can still see some of our Play-Doh base, but you can see that we used lots of leaves and grass, and there's some feathers in there and all sorts of good stuff. So we've got a ways to go before we're as good as the mama birds at Hudson Crossing Park, but I don't think we did too bad. So if you try to make your own nest, we want to see it. Make sure you post some pictures in the comments, or you email it either to the libraries or to us. And we hope that you have a lot of fun with this project. Thanks everybody, and we will see you next week.